Hello and welcome to my Gorilla Basement Rock and Roll Show, the Hellion Rebellion Rock and Roll Association. It is I, your horse and pony proprietor of rock and roll. Um, you know what we do? There's people just keep dying all the time, and I'm getting tired of it. I mean, I'd like to celebrate some births, but I don't really know if they're going to be rock and roll or not. So we celebrate those that have gone before us. The first one goes out to Jay Cooeymans. He was the guitar player of Dutch rock and rollers Golden Earring. Their really big song was Radar Love. And there's a piece of me who almost likes White Lion's version of Radar Love better than Golden Earrings, but the older I get, the more I think I like Golden Earrings. The second person we need to mention this week is I almost didn't do this one, but I love everything Iron Maiden. I worship at the altar of Iron Maiden, and apparently Iron Maiden had a singer before Paul Di'Anno, and his name was, oh God, I wrote it down, Paul Mario Day. I didn't know anything about this one, but he passed away. He would be the singer of Iron Maiden before Paul Di'Anno took over. He never recorded anything with Iron Maiden. He was also in that band More from the early 80s, which, again, don't know much about More. But, again, I love everything Iron Maiden. So we're going to go ahead and honor Jay Cooeymans and Mario Day this week. All right. May Jay Cooeymans and Paul Mario Day not find any uh, impediments to traffic and radars as they fly their way to the heavenly twilight zone. So I got a pretty cool gift in the mail this week. It's a record label I've been religiously following ever since I moved to St. Louis, probably in 2004 or 5. It had been right after Hurricane Katrina, basically. And it's a record label called Trouble in River City Records. I collect as much as I can from this label. I think it's one of the better labels in the city of St. Louis, right alongside of Big Muddy Records or the Record Label Records. Trouble in River City Records tends to, they really specialize in like garage punk, psych rock, surf rock is kind of what they do, and my man Jeff wanted my address so he could send me a bunch of stickers, and I'm like, hey, that's kind of convenient because I've been thinking about showing this really great compilation from your record company, and that compilation is Landlocked and Loaded. I know how a lot of record collectors think about compilations and tributes and samplers and things of that nature. And I'm one of those people. I buy tons of these things because a lot of times they're cheap. This one was regular price, probably around $8 to $10. There is not one bad song on this. I mean, this is a slice of St. Louis rock and roll, Missouri rock and roll, Illinois rock and roll, Midwestern rock and roll. That was happening in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. And I swear, there's not one bad song on this. I actually listen to this quite often. I'm going to play 2 songs from this. I asked my man Jeff, who runs Trouble in River City Records, do you have any requests? What 2 bands would you like to hear off of this compilation? And he told me the first band is a band called the Geargrinders. The Geargrinders get started in St. Louis, Missouri, probably in 97, 98. They would move on. They would continue on to 2000 and... oh, man. Maybe 2012, but they would put out something later in 17, 18. I think they're still around. The Geargrinders is a name I've heard a lot, again, since I've been in the city. They're considered St. Louis rock and roll royalty. So let's go ahead and check out some Geargrinders.
Let's go! Way back!
there you go. Geargrinders from St. Louis, Missouri. Again, rock and roll royalty in this city. And I for years, I think I've seen this band, and I thought they were called the Way Outs, and I saw them at a club called the Way Out Club, and they had this song, The Wayback Machine, and for years I was like, man, I like that band, the Way Outs. That's how stupid I am. All right, the second band my man JK wants to hear is another band I was very familiar with when I first moved to this city, called the Dead Bugs. The Dead Bugs are kind of like a poppy punk, almost a Weezer sort of thing. And I was shocked when I looked up their history that they've been around since 1989. So yeah, they're a lot older than I thought. They wouldn't put out anything until probably 93, 94. We start losing track of the Dead Bugs probably around 2003, 2004. But again, I think these guys are still around. Don't know. They claim St. Louis, but they're actually from a town called DeSoto, Missouri, which is named after the Spanish explorer. I absolutely love this song. It's called Summer Blows. I'm not a heat person. I hate it when it's 100 degrees outside. So I totally get this song. So let's go ahead and check out the Dead Bugs doing Summer Blows.
Summer blows, I got no muscles and no summer clothes. I got a broken AC hanging out my broken window. Frowning folks working in the sun and having strokes. Rake and bake and make sure the lawn is smooth. They're cranking K-shit on the stereo. When the kid goes dry, some thirsty cow will start up. escape this heat, yeah, summer completely blue. Bugs and bites, yeah, they won the bottle rocket fight. I sprayed my girl, but she was sick up half the night.
There you go, the Dead Bugs from DeSoto, Missouri. Yeah, they're also St. Louis rock and roll royalty. Classics from 90s and early 2000s rock and roll in this part of the world. Again, Landlocked and Loaded is one of the great compilations of our time. There's not a bad song on here. Every single band on here is really good at what they do. It was a poignant era in punk and garage rock and rock and roll for this city at this time. Trouble in River City Records is definitely a label to check out. They have many bands to show you. So other than that, keep on rocking in the not so free world. Protect your neighbors, and keep on watching my show. I don't know. I'll see you next time. I'm tripping.